What's up, you guys? I just got back from a vacation. Well, it wasn't really a vacation. It was an assessment trip. So I went to Arizona to visit my coach, Jordan Brannon, and then I got to meet with her husband, Drew Brannon, who is the head trainer of our team, Fit Body Fusion. I also got to see the team's bodywork specialist, which is Kristen Bennett. So it was just a weekend full of learning and inspiration and just I'm very grateful. My cup is full that now I have some new knowledge, some new perspectives that now I get to bring back with me, translate into my own training, my progression as an athlete, but also to give to my clients, because ultimately, I really love this field for many different reasons, but the reason that I am so immersed in it is because, it not only benefits me, like I obviously live my life this way, but I also love to share this lifestyle with my clients, the women who come into my program, the women who are even thinking about coming into the program. Like if maybe you're watching this and you're like, what's Lexi about? What's the Fierce and Feminine program about, right? It's about showing you how to live a sustainable lifestyle that has, a big emphasis on health, right? And that can look different for different people. But in the Fierce and Feminine program, we talk all about macro tracking, right? Which is in the end food freedom. Through macro tracking, we talk about structured programming, how to make it effective, but also enjoyable for you. And then we talk about mindset, right? So really this growth mindset, making sure that we are striving to be better and to learn and to, grow into, the people or the person that you want to be. So, anyways, just feeling grateful. But on that note, welcome to Fierce and Feminine Talk episode 4. This one's a little bit late coming at you, but I am dedicated to staying consistent. And when I say I'm going to do something, I show up because I want other women to be able to show up for the things that they commit to as well. Now, with this episode, I'm going to talk about something that I posted about that got a lot of just people reaching out and asking me more questions about. So I figured it was a topic that a lot of women maybe, think about, they have questions about, maybe they just don't ask about it. But this is going to be all about why lifting in the gym doesn't make you bulky. And if it has made you bulky in the past, it's because you're either following your boyfriend's workout, right? You're following that bro science, and that is just not going to get you that lean, confident, feminine shape that most women are seeking. And so we're going to talk all about how to avoid the bro lifts, right? The bro science, that kind of side of things. And then we're going to talk about how to really, make sure that your workouts are dialed in to create the shape that you want to create. So first thing I want to talk about is what is bro science, right? You might be like, I don't know what that means, but maybe that's what I was doing. So bro science is when you see the guys in the gym, right? Guys hit a lot of chest, they hit a lot of arms, biceps, triceps, chest press, chest fly, right? They love all that stuff. So I see so many women following their boyfriends around in the gym, and it's so obvious that maybe it's a newer relationship. Maybe they've been in the relationship for a while, but it's just the man is leading the workout. And no shame, no blame in that. If you following your man around in the gym, I totally get it. But a lot of times the expressions that I'm seeing on the woman's face is I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to do this. And then I've also had in the past 2 weeks, I've had 2 separate conversations with different women, and they both have said to me yeah, I've tried lifting in the past, but honestly, I did get bulky. I know Instagram says that, if you lift and stuff, it won't make you bulky, but I started seeing my shoulders grow and all these different things grow that I didn't want to grow, essentially. You know what I mean? So that got me thinking. I was like, don't blame the workout for what the workout didn't do. And this is one of my favorite sayings, and this can apply to a lot of different areas, right? But we're gonna think about it here. Don't blame the workout for what the workout didn't do. What that means is that just because you went into the gym and lifted some weights, that is not the reason why your shoulders or your back grew, right? Like too much in a way you didn't want it to grow. What happened is the exercise selection that you chose, right, is what ultimately caused that. Now, if you're newer into the gym and you hear me say exercise selection, you might be like, I don't know what that means. Basically, what that means is it's like when we structure a program, when you have an exercise program, right, you should have all your exercises written out beforehand, and they don't just go in random order. So it's not like you're just like, I'm randomly picking, like Google, ChatGPT, like what are the different exercises? And then just like randomly picking them out, right? That is gonna be ineffective because there is a rhyme and a reason to how you put a program together based on your goals. So first thing I wanna debunk, I guess you could say, is that all exercise is created equal, because it's not. We have different exercises for different purposes. We have different types of programs for different purposes. For example, if you are a CrossFit athlete, CrossFit is focused a lot on functional training. And what that means is like they focus a lot on just like how you can like pick things up more efficiently, like how many, like they'll give you like a sequence in CrossFit where you might have like hang cleans, plus like jump rope, wall ball kind of thing, and you have like a timer, and then you're trying to get through as many rounds of this like prescribed workout as you can. And at the end of that, the goal isn't like, oh my God, like I want to shape your physique. Yes, a lot of CrossFit athletes are really strong, and in my opinion, they look freaking amazing, right? But that physique, like especially at a higher level, a CrossFit physique, it's a really certain look, right? And not everyone wants to look like that. They usually are, I would say, like a little bulkier. And like, I personally like when women have like a lot of muscle. Like I like that look, but I get it if you're a woman and you're like, that's just not for me. You know what I mean? And that's fine, right? But you shouldn't be doing that type of workout if you are really wanting, the round glutes, the smaller waist, right? Like defined, maybe you don't want like bulky shoulders, but you still want like a little bit of shape up top just so you get that hourglass shape, okay? Now, same thing can happen in the gym, right? Let's take it away from CrossFit. Now let's go into the gym. If you're doing movements where you're like trying to max out your lifts, right? You're trying to lift as heavy as you possibly can. You're doing like 1 to 3 reps, or the opposite, you're doing like so much volume, but you're doing like 4 chest movements, right? Like, okay, if you're trying to grow your chest a lot, like that could possibly be a scenario where we want to do that, right? But if you're more looking for that like feminine shape, that is probably not the route you're going to want to go, okay? I'm going to give you a spoiler. That's not the route you want to go, okay? So when we're looking at an exercise selection, right, men and women generally aren't going to do the same things. And it's not because men and women can't do the same programming. It's because they have 2 separate goals usually, right? My boyfriend, he used to come to the gym with me and train like I did, right? And for a while it was fine because we were just training together. But then, after a while he was like, okay, I think I need to follow my own programming. And I was like, yeah, like I totally get that. You go do you. And I see his programming now, and I would not follow that because I would not get the results that I'm getting or that I would want. So this is just something that I want to really make clear, because I think it can be very confusing when you just think like going to the gym is just going to the gym, right? I think it gets put in a box where it's like, okay, if I go to the gym and lift weights, there's just like one way to do it, and however I'm doing it, if I didn't get the result I wanted, then I'm gonna stop because it's the gym's fault, right? The gym just didn't work for me. The weights don't work for me. Lifting makes you bulky, right? All these like false ideas that have been created in media around the gym. Now, when you go into the gym with a structured program that focuses on, let's say, building your shoulders, right? Okay, we're not talking bulky shoulders. We're talking like those nice, just like round sculpted shoulders, which if you have nice shoulders, right? And then you have some lats, you have a nice back, right? That's good. That is what is going to start creating that hourglass shape. Then we come down to the bottom, right? The waist down to the bottom. Then you have the glutes, right? We want a nice shape in our glutes. And now everyone has a different genetic makeup. So I do think that this is important to address as well, okay? You can create hourglass shape for your body. However, not all hourglass shape is going to look the same on every single body. And that's really where the mindset comes in, ladies. You know, if you're constantly chasing someone else's body and they just genetically are structured so different from you, right? Think like the difference between like a banana and a pear. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us are more like straight up and down. Like I don't have super like wide hips. I don't have like, you know, bigger legs. Like my lower body is not bigger than my upper body. I'm more even. Like my upper body and my legs are more even. That's why I like using the banana, right? Whereas like some people are like the pears, you know what I'm saying? Like they have like a wider lower half. And so my body is never going to reflect the hourglass of the pears, but that doesn't mean that I still can't have an hourglass shape, right? I can still build that shape and it's going to look great, but also you have to adjust your mindset to really start loving your own body and appreciating the changes as they happen within your own body. And it does become easier when you start to train and see the transformation, because not only are you seeing the transformation, you get to see the behind the scenes of the hard work that's paying off to get there, right? It's not just about like looking a certain way. It's about doing the work internally as well, because it takes dedication and drive to show up to the gym. It takes dedication and drive to eat proper nutrition that supports your goal. It takes dedication and drive to get enough recovery and rest, right? In order for you to be able to grow. And while this doesn't have to take over your whole entire life, right? You are not going to see the results that you want to see by doing the same things that you're doing right now, right? If you have a goal in your head and you're like, I want this, I want to lose fat, I want to repair my metabolism so that I can put on a bathing suit and look confident as hell, right? So that I have that like sexy feminine shape. If you do not have that right now, okay, and you have been trying for, let's say, 6 months to a year to get there, and you haven't seen substantial progress, okay, what you are doing right now isn't working, and that's not me being mean, it's me being direct, and I believe that directness is kindness, because there's no use in wasting your time spinning your wheels if nothing's happening, right? So what I'm going to leave us off on here, right, because I do want these to be shorter episodes. If you're afraid of the gym, but your number one goal is to get that feminine shape, okay, you need to be back in the gym and you need to be following a program that is going to suit you. This program is going to probably consist of split days, okay, so you're going to have a dedicated shoulder day, you're going to have a dedicated glute and hamstring day. We're going to have probably glutes and quads together, because a lot of women just, you know, it's harder to build those glutes and a lot of us want more glutes. So you're going to have a glute and a quad day together so that we're hitting that full body. And then we'll have one pull day where it'll be more back, because again, you know, we don't want to build back out a ton, but we do want to have enough back so that it creates that hourglass shape. And we can do this through hypertrophy. So a little bit, you know, higher reps, like moderate weight. We still definitely want to feel like strong and push weight. Like that's the fun part of being in the gym, but it just really comes down to how the program is put together, you know, and how effective it's going to be. Okay. So let me know if you guys have any questions on that. I hope this is helpful. I am planning to do more on this topic. Please leave questions, DM me, my Instagram, Lexi Kiana Fitness, if you have questions. The more specific questions I have, the better I can help you guys. I'm also offering a little challenge, meal plan challenge. So what this is it's going to be 4 days, and I'm going to give you the exact meal plan for the 4 days. What you're going to do is you're just going to follow it. On the first day that you start, you're going to take progress pictures and you're going to send them to me, so I can, you know, hold you accountable. I can celebrate the wins that you're going to see. And then on the 5th day, you are going to take another set of progress pictures after you've completed your 4 days, and we're going to see the changes. Now, this meal plan is meant to help you de-bloat, to have strength in your workouts, and to tighten up your midsection. So that sounds like something that would be helpful for you. Go ahead and DM me in my Instagram, and I will send that over to you. But I will see you guys next week, and I hope you have a good night.